Lamelo Ball, NB1, the one of one. You already know what it is. The Charlotte Hornets. It's time to roll up your sleeves. They hold the fourth overall pick. And I'm going to give you two guys who I believe the Charlotte Hornets should target in this upcoming draft. Let's hope, everything falls in their favor. You got VJ Edgecombe and you got Ace Bailey. I'm telling you right now, I've been letting everybody know what it is with Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe. These two guys, I believe, could impact the Charlotte Hornets immediately. I'm going to tell you who I like the most, who I think the Hornets really need to try to make something happen for. But we're going to get into it because the dust has settled. Cooper Flag is headed to Dallas. It's time to get into the best players left available that's going to be there. Now, let's get into it. I want the Charlotte Hornets to draft Ace Bailey. I believe that Ace Bailey is the player the Charlotte Hornets need. I just could only imagine LaMelo Ball coming down the wing and seeing, Brandon Miller, and then you got Ace Bailey on the other side. I think that's exactly what the doctor ordered. But something in my, inkling is telling me that the Philadelphia 76ers are going to pull the trigger on Ace Bailey and he just won't be available for the Charlotte Hornets, and that would really suck. Let's hope that it's some trickery going on because as I look into things, I'm familiar with both of these guys. My niece went to high school. She graduated with Ace Bailey. I know I coached a player that played against Ace Bailey, in high school, and we did an interview with him. You got to pay the utmost homage, man. Make sure you hit the like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV. Y'all go check the archives. Jabez Jenkins, they Ace Bailey in his high school eliminated Newton High School, the Newton Rams up here in Georgia. So I'm very familiar with the game of Ace Bailey. His name was ringing bells like a telethon, and then obviously, VJ Edgecombe, a Long Island product from New York. He went to LIU. Everybody know what's going on with that. You obviously Cayenne Anthony, you see him just electrifying, similar pathway. Now I'm gonna get into VJ Edgecombe real fast because I think that it could go either way. It's really up to what the Philadelphia 76ers want to do. Are they gonna trade the pick? We don't know, but a lot of people believe that a potential fit for Edgecombe is going to Charlotte. People believe that he has two-way upside. The only thing I'm concerned about Edgecombe is him being a little undersized. He's 6'5". You really don't. That's just the only thing I would say. But the guy has bungees. This man could jump out the roof. This man very well could be the most athletic player in the draft. Being a 6'5". But it's something about Ace Bailey at 6'10". I mean, that is an NBA frame. That is just everything I believe the Charlotte Hornets need to be competitive. It sucks that the Philadelphia 76ers, I'm hearing, are high on Ace Bailey already. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that they like VJ Edgecombe just a little bit more. What I will say about VJ Edgecombe, Long Island, New York product, Philadelphia, that's right down the block. You look at Atlanta, and my man Ace Bailey, he's from Atlanta. Charlotte is right down the block, so you're looking at two players in a similar, situation, like right next door to home. So let's hope that the NBA gods could, pull some strings in our favor. They do it for everybody else. Now, the Charlotte Hornets, like we stated before, shout out All Access. Number one, we told you that the Charlotte Hornets cannot afford to draft another project. So these two guys are not projects. Edgecombe, these guys are going to be impact players. Right away. Probably starters. I doubt. Well, you never know with Charlotte the way they do things. So let me not say that they're going to be starters right away, because if you look at and do your history and your homework, when you had Lamelo Ball, MB1, the one of one, when he should have been a starter, clear cut, no debating. That didn't work out for him. This guy had to go to the bench. You had Brandon Miller. He came in. He was electric, and he wasn't given the keys right away. It took a while for him to get the starting position. I don't think it was as bad as they did Lamelo, but it is what it is. That was a whole nother regime, but obviously there's an organizational thing. These guys are not going to basically give their young guys, the reins right away. And Charlotte, they just got to figure it out. This draft is crucial. TJ and Salon, let's hope that he fits with this pick. That's why I'm looking at, because I see TJ and his size, and that's why I'm looking at Ace Bailey. It's almost like you could rewrite that wrong, in my opinion. And when I say wrong, is bringing in a impact player right away. Maybe TJ is going to be great in 3 or 4 years. Preferably I would like for him to be good this upcoming season. I will be on TJ's case until proven otherwise. It's flight sports. At the end of the day, I want the Charlotte Hornets to make the playoffs. And if we are on TJ, pause, we got to make sure that he is on top of his game, so that the Hornets could do what they need to do, because he was a lottery pick from last season to go along with this one. They're going to be in the summer league together. There's no reason why we shouldn't get a strong outing from TJ and Salon this upcoming summer league, point blank, period. I'm looking for TJ. And I'm not saying he need to be the MVP, but I want to see some kind of growth. I want to see a needle mover, for Charlotte. It's time. It's time, man. I mean, how many times are we gonna go through this? The Hornets never got the number one overall pick, and this player in Ace Bailey, who I really like, is upsetting that he's gonna end up in Philadelphia. But I mean, you got Paul George there. I mean, I guess they're gonna replace Tobias Harris. I guess he'll go on that Tobias Harris role. The only thing I fear, with some of these, including a little bit of Cooper Flag, somebody's getting traded. Whether it's going to be either the first or three picks, somebody's going to make a move. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's funny how Charlotte is just out of it. But I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all get in the comment section. Let's get interactive. Y'all let me know who y'all think they should take. Jeff Peterson, it's time for him to really make something happen. A lot of things blew up in the Charlotte Hornets' face this season I just passed, the trade, everything. Nobody expected the Hornets to be this horrendous. Nobody expected Miller to get injured. So you got to pair another bucket getter with Brandon Miller. I believe that both of these guys are bucket getters, but like I said, Edgecombe, the undersized, I don't know if he's going to be able to shoot the ball at an elite level at the NBA situation, but I do think that he has potential. But Ace Bailey is ready to go now. I mean, I think right now at the NBA level, you could give him the ball, get the hell out the way, and let him operate. That's just what I firmly believe. Edgecombe, like I said, I think he's going to fit really well with Lamelo. He's going to be an upgrade over anybody we was rolling in there, and the Greens and the Nick Smiths and everybody. They're going to be put to bed, because this is a serious upgrade. Nonetheless, whatever we do, whatever you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because we'll be bringing more news, updates, and more. Peace and love. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is.